Are you crazy, Angela? Of course I'm going to tell Tina.
Oh, tell her what, exactly?
I'm going to tell her that I have proof of what I've known all along, Angela, in my gut. You're no more born again than I am, sweetheart. You're still the same old Angela. So now you sell salvation, but you don't believe a word of what you preach. That's why you walk around in this phony blonde wig. That's why you fake miracles. You paid some poor wino $100 to pretend like he was cured at one of your meetings. That is what I'm going to tell Tina. And you know, while I'm at it, I think I might mention it to Court. I think he might be interested in that, don't you?
If you imply to one single person that I'm a fraud, you will be back in jail like that. Court.
Hi.
Hi, I really appreciate you coming over so quickly.
Well, yeah, you sounded urgent on the phone. What's going on?
It's CJ. The kids were playing around and somebody broke a vase.
That's the emergency?
Well, Kim is sure that CJ's guilty, and CJ keeps insisting that Sarah did it, and I can't get him to confess. And Court, if he's lying, it just worries me so much. I mean, it's not like him. And so I sent Al home, and CJ's in the library there.
That's a good move. I'll go talk to him.
Great.
Hey, CJ. How's it going? So, who's winning here?
These guys are, but they got scared.
No kidding. Oh, they may win yet, because there's nothing wrong with being scared. You know, sometimes it's real scary to admit that you made a mistake. Like if you say, oh, I don't know, if you maybe broke something. You know, it takes a real brave man to come out and tell the truth. But then you know that, right, son?
Your Honor, the Commonwealth was planning on calling Reverend Andrew Carpenter.
Sorry. I apologize, Your Honor. I had a small family crisis I had to attend to. I'm sorry.
Take a moment to catch your breath. We're not going anywhere. A glass of water?
Yes. Thank you. You okay so far?
All of a sudden, I'm a lot more nervous. Andrew's gonna do everything he can to protect you.
He's one of Hank's key witnesses.
I know, but up until now, all the witnesses have been cops and doctors and therapists like you, Sheila. It's been so clinical. And I know you're all behind me, but it's like they've been talking about this faceless woman without a name. But when Andrew starts to testify, it's me he's gonna be talking about. The real me.
Reverend.
He's the kind of person that this jury really needs to believe. So for me, this trial is just getting started right this minute.
I do.
I'm scared.
One life.
Reverend Carpenter, you stated that on the morning after the spring fling at Kappa Alpha Delta, you opened your rectory door and there was Marty Saybrook on your doorstep. Can you tell us what happened next?
She just stared at me. Maybe it was because she finally saw a friendly face, but she just fell apart. And that frightened me, so I reached out a hand to comfort her, not really knowing what was wrong, and she jerked away as if she couldn't bear the thought that someone would touch her.
Objection, Your Honor. The witness is drawing conclusions.
Sustained.
Thank you.
You're doing just fine. Now, just tell us what you saw and what you heard.
I asked her what was wrong. And she couldn't even speak. The only thing that came out of her were these muffled sobs. I asked her if she was hurt. It looked like she might have been in an accident. Her neck was bruised. Clothes were torn. Her hair was matted down. I asked her if she was mugged. She shook her head no. And then it was as if I had gotten socked in the gut. I realized that she had been raped.
Objection, Your Honor. Was the Reverend socked in the gut, or is he offering up another metaphoric conjecture?
Objection sustained.
Thank you.
When you realized what happened, do you mean that Miss Saybrook made it clear at last that she was sexually assaulted?
She made it very clear. She had been raped.
Pow, pow, pow.
Hey, CJ, wait a second. So what do you tell me? Both Kim and Sarah are lying about this? Because they both told me that you're the one who broke the vase.
Kim wasn't even there, and Sarah's just a baby.
Well, yeah, I know you're a lot older than Sarah is. You know, that's why she looks up to you so much. You know, she does do that. You know, all her life, you're going to be teaching her things she needs to know.
Like what?
Well, like that people need to make a decision, whether they want to be good people or bad people. Nobody forces that on there. Like, nobody went up to Sarah and said, Sarah, you got to go over there and you got to break that vase.
What if she broke the vase by accident?
Well, then that's a totally different story, man. That was an accident then. It's not Sarah's fault. It's not anybody's fault. That's why they call them accidents. But the problem is, she's got to say that she made a mistake. Because if she doesn't, then an innocent person, like, say, yourself, could get blamed for doing it. You know, and that would be just about like lying. Even if she never comes out and accuses you.
It was just a stupid old vase.
Yeah, I know that, CJ. And I know that you can go out and you can buy a new vase, or you can patch up the old one and make it as good as new. But the point here is, if you break your word to somebody, that's a heck of a lot harder to fix.
Daddy?
Hmm?
Sarah didn't break that vase. I did.
Oh, I see. You look pretty upset about that. You sorry?
Are you mad at me?
Well, I remember telling you that you shouldn't roughhouse in here, so you did, and you went ahead and broke the vase. So, yeah, I'm a little cheesed about that, but mostly, I'm proud of you.
How come?
Because you told me the truth. Even after you told your little story about Sarah. I know that was very hard to do. So listen, here's your punishment, okay? You find Sarah and you apologize to her. Then you find Kim, you apologize to her too, okay? Then maybe we just forget this whole thing.
Okay.
Okay? Come here, guy. Go.
Sarah? Sarah?
Pretty impressive, Mr. Roberts. Even I couldn't get my son to fess up.
I don't know, maybe just need a little time to feel guilty, that's all.
I don't think that's it. There is a reason why CJ would be honest with you and not me. It's because you never tell a lie, Cord. And I think CJ and Sarah know that. I mean, even when it's scary for you to be honest, you always have had the courage to be honest with everybody. I think to our kids, it makes you a kind of a hero.
All right, wait, let me just get this straight, okay? Now, you're staging phony miracles, swindling Landview's faithful out of God knows how much money, and you're gonna put me in jail.
Well, it wouldn't be me exactly. It would be your former congregation. All those women that you charmed before your hand meandered into their pocketbooks. Like a Mrs. Martha Devlin.
Angela, you know, the statute of limitations ran out on that one a long time ago.
Oh, has it? Ah, well then what about Jenny Marks? Sweet, elderly Jenny Marks. I know that she wouldn't want to have you back, but she'd love to have that $52,000 that you stole.
52, huh? You got quite a memory, Angela.
No, my memory's just average. I like to refresh it every now and then by skimming through those old love letters that you wrote me.
You saved those letters?
Everyone. In fact, I even memorized some of them. You remember that senior citizen that you were scamming? What was her name? Estelle. You wrote to me, "Dear Angela,
Remember the night that I ate that whipped cream and strawberries off your you-know-what? Well, now I have this old biddy dining off of me, and she is just about to invest in one of my phony venture capital...
Yeah, all right.
Oh, honey, are you embarrassed? You shouldn't be. You were a very charming gigolo. You just had such a big mouth about your gifts as a hustler. But I personally found it very charming, very appealing, in a sleazy way. What about Tina? Will she find it appealing? How many times has she forgiven you?
Tina knows all about the scams I pulled.
Oh, so you told her that most of your victims were rich, defenseless women. Ah. It's the con that could break a con man's back or his girlfriend's heart. Especially if it puts him in prison.
You cannot show Tina those letters, Angela.
Well, I certainly don't intend to. But I will if I have to, because I could pull off the grift of a lifetime here, Kane, and I'm not about to let you muck it up. But if you try, well, that's your decision. So, are you gonna button up those oh so sexy lips of yours? What do you think about it? While you think about it, I'm gonna go back there and put on my wig before one of the faithful wanders in. Deal? How do I look?
Like a snake in a garden.
You got that, huh? Thought you liked blondes.
Look, give me those letters, you understand?
Oh, you just try and find them, Buster. You never will. Baby, you were so stupid to send them.
No, I was stupid to care about you.
But did you care, Kane? How sweet. You know, I wondered about that when you ran out on me. Did he really care, or was I just useful to him for the while? I am not the snake in the garden, Kane. Your own vanity is. Boasting about your swindles. Well, you know what? That snake is going to bite you good and hard if you ever tell Cord, or Tina, or anyone else the truth about my deeply religious activities.
If I keep my mouth shut?
The letters stay where they are, in their very own secret place. And no one gets bitten.
I'll think about it.
And while you're thinking about that, think about that offer that I made you. Landview is a town like a garden, Kane, and it is full of suckers, just ripe for the picking. Honey, if we teamed up again, like the good old days, we could make such an embarrassing amount of money.
Just forget it, Angela, all right? Because I'm never working with you again. Is that clear?
It's clear. But it's also just a little hard to believe. Never is a long, long time, Kane, and you're so young and vital. So much wasted energy. Because, Kane, if you're not a con man, what are you? Now you think about my offer, old friend. You do like me as a blonde, don't you?
Angela! Oh, I'm sorry I interrupted you, didn't I?
Excuse me.
Was Mr. Rogan bothering you again?
No, everything is in control.
You seem so upset.
Well, sometimes with non-believers, you have to take a firm stand. That's all.
Reverend Carpenter, you told us Marty Saybrook is a parishioner of yours.
Yes, that's right.
Is she the same parishioner who started a very ugly and untrue rumor about your sexuality last summer?
Objection, Your Honor. That question is irrelevant. Miss Saybrook's past behavior is not on trial here, despite Miss Gannon's constant attempt
I am
to
not
drag it in.
talking about Miss Saybrook's promiscuity here. I am talking about her honesty.
Objection!
This whole case revolves entirely around the question of veracity. There are no eyewitnesses. There are just the defendants and Miss Saybrook herself. So Miss Saybrook's history of truth-telling, or the opposite, is very relevant.
I'm inclined to agree. Objection overruled.
Thank you, Your Honor. Reverend Carpenter, did Marty Saybrook start a gossip campaign of deliberate lies against you?
You have to understand that she was not physically well and
Yes
under
or
a great
no,
deal of
Reverend?
stress.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Thank you. What did she accuse you of?
Of molesting a teenage boy in the parish.
Ooh. Was it true? In any detail?
No, it was not.
She lied. To hurt you or to get your attention for whatever reason, she lied. Was this the last time that Marty Saybrook told a large public lie, as far as you know?
Nothing else comes to mind?
Nothing at all? In March of this year, didn't you confront a supposed drug dealer on Marty Saybrook's behalf?
Yes.
Could you tell us why?
She wanted him to corroborate that she had been with him on a certain night.
That she was with a drug dealer? Was this the same night that Bo Buchanan's wife was killed in an automobile accident?
Yes, it was.
Miss Gannon, are you going somewhere I want to go?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes. Is it true that Marty Saybrook offered up this alibi because she had lied repeatedly to Bo Buchanan and to you about her whereabouts on that tragic night? That, in fact, she had lied so often that Bo Buchanan began to believe himself that she was the driver of the car that forced him off the road and caused the accident that killed his wife?
Objection. Irrelevant and argumentative. Your Honor.
I'll rephrase it. Did Marty Saybrook tell you that she had lied over and over again to Bo Buchanan? I can call Mr. Buchanan to the stand to refresh your memory.
That won't be necessary. Yes, it's true. She told me that she had lied to Mr. Buchanan.
Repeatedly?
Yes, but that is very different than what happened the night of the rape.
Clarification isn't necessary.
Marty may have lied in the past. She did not lie
Your
then.
Honor.
Wait,
Reverend Carpenter.
in fact, I had to drag the truth out of her about being raped. She was not flinging accusations or trying to smear anybody's reputation. She was not volunteering anything, nothing at all.
I'm a little confused, Reverend. I thought when Marty came to your door, she told you she was raped.
Like I said, it was more that I realized she had been raped.
Because of something she said?
Not in so many words, no.
So, are you saying that you were the one that suggested to Marty that she had been raped?
Objection, Your Honor. Counsel is doing to the witness what she's accusing him of doing, leading him by suggestion.
Sustained.
Did Marty Saybrook say to you, I was raped, or did you ask her if she had been raped?
I guess I asked her.
So the first time the word rape was used, it was you who spoke it. It was you who made the suggestion.
I wasn't suggesting anything. The woman had been assaulted. Anyone who had been there would see she was assaulted.
You, Reverend, and not Marty Saybrook, who first called it rape. Yes or no?
Yes.
I have no further questions.
Order! Order! Order!
Look out.
There is a reason why CJ would be honest with you and not me. It's because you never tell a lie, Cord. And I think CJ and Sarah know that. And even when it's scary for you to be honest, you always have had the courage to be honest with everybody. I think to our kids, it makes you a kind of a hero.
You jackals give the lady a little breathing room here? Please, folks, get back. Get back. Get back here, please.
Marty. Marty, I am so sorry. If I had thought I was going to damage the case, I would have never testified.
Well, what you did on the stand, Andrew, was tell the truth. I've done a lot of terrible things, and I knew that was going to come out. It's just something that I've got to live with. It's certainly not your fault.
Thanks for trying to let me off the hook here.
There's nothing more you can do now except, be my friend, and you can do that anywhere, so why don't you just go home and rest? I'll be okay. Okay?
Okay. I'll see you soon.
Did you talk to him again? Really feel it. Will you go back to the stand?
You're awful nice to the Reverend there.
There's no need to make him feel worse than he already does.
The testimony was pretty devastating.
Yeah. The rest of the trial's gonna go like this. I don't know how much more I can take.
It's too bad. Vicky was called away to take care of that mess at the Banner. He's a real big fan of Andrew Carpenter's. I'd like to see a face when he started to squirm on the stand.
Hey, well, come on. Pa, Andrew's not an enemy of this family.
I'm telling you guys, that was awesome. It's when Nora ran the good reverend through the ringer.
It's like she didn't even work up a sweat. She had a minister making Marty look like a total liar. We lucked out, man. Pal?
You are the very best. You know that, don't you?
Thanks.
Well, you're welcome. Come on, why are you so down? You scored some major points here.
By ripping Andrew apart in the stand, I mean, should I be proud of that?
Well, you were just doing your job.
Yeah. So is Hank. That's what worries me, Bo. He's got Rachel's name down on the prosecutor's list of potential witnesses.
To testify against Kevin? Her own boyfriend?
If he calls her up there, they could declare her a hostile witness, and then he can rip into her the way I did with Andrew.
Yeah, but he'd never do that to his own daughter.
Kevin, it's easy for me to say, I guess, but I really mean this. Everything is going to be okay. This will be over in a few days, and then the jury will come back and they'll tell the world what I know. You are not guilty. Then you and I, we can start to put this whole mess behind us. Okay?
All rise. The court of the Honorable Barbara Fitzwater is now in session. Be seated.
Mr. Gannon, please call your next witness.
Your Honor, the Commonwealth would like to call Mr. Charles Pruitt to the stand.
tear-free shampoo is okay for your baby.
Mr. Pruitt, you've told us how you met the defendant, Kevin Buchanan. Can you recall when you met the other three defendants, Todd Manning, Zachary Rosen, and Powell Lord?
Yes, sir, I remember that night real clearly.
Really? Why so clearly?
Because the way those guys were carrying on.
Objection, Your Honor. If Miss Saybrook's prior conduct is not germane to this trial, neither is the previous conduct of the defendants.
Your Honor, I am trying to establish a pattern of sexual aggression and animosity by the defendants toward Miss Saybrook.
Objection overruled. Proceed, Mr. Gannon.
So, Mr. Pruitt, what happened the night you met the defendants?
I was tending bar at Rhodey's that night. It was a couple of months ago, I guess. Marty was there by herself, and those three were drinking. Powell's buddies there had given him a prank to pull off. A kind of initiation.
And what was that prank?
Make Marty give him her bra, like a trophy or something.
Oh, so Mr. Lord just walked up to Miss Saybrook and said, "Can I have your bra?"
They started dancing first, and then he asked her, and that kind of flipped Marty out. She tried to push him away, but he wasn't taking no for an answer.
Objection, conjecture.
Sustained.
What did Mr. Lord do?
He grabbed her, and he wouldn't let her go. And she yelled to let her go, and that's when I stepped in to break things up. And I ended up in a free-for-all with Powell and Todd and Zach.
Sounds like you had a pretty ugly evening that night, Mr. Pruitt. And were you ever a witness to any other displays of this kind of sexual hostility toward Miss Saybrook?
Objection, Your Honor. Counsel is asking again for a biased opinion.
I'll rephrase. Did you ever see Miss Saybrook with any of the defendants on any other occasion?
Yes, I did. One night, I went to Marty's house to say hello, and Todd Manning was there.
And had Marty invited him in?
No, he just showed up.
How do you know that?
She said so. And she was trying to get him to leave. Then he started insulting her. He said some pretty scummy things, and I had to kick him out. And then there was another time. And you see, this is the type of person that Marty is. Even after Todd had dumped on her, when he asked her to help him study for a final exam, she was willing to do him that favor. And the way he repaid her was when I walked in on them, he grabbed her and forced her to kiss him.
Oh, objection, Your Honor. If all the witness saw was a kiss, then it's just his conclusion that it was forced.
I'm not concluding anything here. Todd and his little fraternity brothers were always harassing Marty.
Pruitt.
So that wasn't enough for them. They had to finally rape her.
Pruitt!
Order! Order!
Kane?
Hi.
What are you doing here? I thought we were supposed to meet later.
I just, I couldn't...
Kane, what is wrong?
Nothing. What do you mean?
Then why are you trembling like that?
Well, I guess I'm just, more scared than I thought.
Scared of what?
There's something I have to tell you, Tina, and you're not gonna like it. But I just can't lie to you anymore.
You don't need to worry about the money. The good Lord will provide, one way or another. Cord.
Hello, Angela. Rebecca.
Well, we'll talk about this later, okay? Well, I don't have to ask you to know that something is wrong. I can see in your eyes that you're in pain.
We need to talk, Angela.
Can it wait till after the sermon?
No, I need to talk to you right now. I was hoping maybe you could tell me what a person's supposed to do when he knows in his heart that someone is a fraud.
Well, I would tell you to listen to your heart because Satan often disguises his voice, and it can get you so upset that you jump to conclusions.
This isn't something that I've concluded. This is something I know is a fact. Now, there's a fraud standing right here in this room right now.
More than a leading
Quit worrying, Clint. Kevin's in very good hands. He's going to get through this. Our prayers are with you, son. Bye. Oh, Bo. Over here. 30 seconds of your precious time. By the way, that was Clint. He's doing fine.
Well, thank God for that, Pa. Look, I want to get inside. I want to cheer Nora on. She's going to cross-examine Swade Pruitt.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about. I have changed my mind about that particular filly.
You mean about women lawyers not being worth the paper that their law degrees are printed on?
I was wrong, okay? At least about Nora. She did a fine job reaming Andrew Carpenter out. He was trying to make Marty look like Miss Goody Two-Shoes. But when Nora got finished with him, she stood out like the lying little slut we know her to be. And that was from the mouth of a friend of hers. I had Nora figured out as a guppy. Lady's a shark, Bo. I like sharks.
Mr. Pruitt, you just told us about a time when supposedly you had to remove Mr. Manning bodily from Miss Saybrook's house. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am, but it wasn't supposedly.
Is it true that you're out on bail at this moment, pending charges against you for another incident where you attacked the same defendant, Mr. Manning?
Objection, Your Honor. Mr. Pruitt is not on trial here.
I'll withdraw the question. Could we simply agree that there's no love lost between you and these defendants?
You could say that.
Good. Well, now, why don't we just move along to the night of the spring fling party, right? You told us that you and Miss Saybrook were at one point very close.
That's right.
But by the night of the party, you had broken up.
Yes.
Yet you went to this party to look for a woman you weren't very close to anymore?
Like I said, I wanted Marty to know that I thought we should try and get together again.
Oh. So you attempted this peaceful overture with a party roaring around you, including guys you didn't like. How did Miss Saybrook respond to that?
She got angry and she told me I was too late.
And how did you respond to that? Mr. Pruitt, I have signed affidavits from several students that were at the party who will quote you saying some very harsh things.
I did say some pretty hurtful things because I was hurting bad myself. Not that that's an excuse. I'd like to take back every word I said, but I can't. And I'm sorry.
All right, well, sorry or not, how did this very public argument end? Didn't Miss Saybrook turn her back on you to give Powell Lord a great big kiss?
It wasn't like she was hot for this guy.
Did she initiate a kiss with this guy, the defendant, Powell Lord? Yes or no?
She wanted to make me jealous.
How do you know that, Mr. Pruitt? Isn't it just possible that she was over you? I mean, the relationship had ended by your own admission. I mean, why would she even care if you were jealous? Isn't it much more likely that, as the song goes, a kiss is just a kiss? And that she grabbed Powell Lord because she found him very attractive and she wanted to have some new fun with a new set of fun guys.
Objection, Your Honor.
You think what Marty got at that party was fun? She was raped. I know that now. And if you weren't being paid to drag her reputation through the mud, you'd know it too.
Mr. Pruitt, I warn you, these outbursts must stop. Do you understand?
Hi, I'm Walt Willey. I play Jackson Montgomery on All My Children. I asked that my next scene be with a beautiful co-star, and look what they gave me. New Konica Super XG color print film with its sharp picture.
The kids okay?
Yeah, they're fine. And you? I mean, you're so worried about something that you're afraid to tell me, and...
Yeah. Well,
Kane, what could you possibly have to tell me after everything I know that is going to change the way I feel about you?
I lied to you. I told you I was going to start looking for a job today, and I didn't.
It's only been one day.
Yeah, well, you know, I should have started this morning, but I know how important it is to you. I guess I'm afraid.
Afraid of what?
I'm afraid I'm going to look for this job and I won't find one and you won't be able to live with that.
Sweetheart, all that I even want you to do is just try. I mean, that's all that's really important to me. You're going to find a job. Someday you're going to find one that's going to be the perfect job for you, and then all four of us, you and me and CJ and Sarah, are going to live happily ever after.
What do you mean there's a fraud in the room now?
You're looking at him. Fraud is me. See, Angela, I've done this terrible thing, you know, and then I tried to cover it up. I even tried to pretend it never happened. But I can't hold on to it anymore, you know? I just can't. You know, Tina and the kids, they think I'm so brave, so heroic. CJ and Sarah, they're looking at me, you know, like they got all this trust in their eyes. So how am I supposed to tell them that I'm not exactly that trustworthy? I mean, hey, letting down a kid, that's about as bad as you can get, right? What are they gonna do when they find out they're gonna end up hating me? When they find out I'm not this hero, I'm not this brave man, that I can't do half the wonderful things that they think I can do?
Court, I think every parent feels inadequate sometimes. Maybe a lot of the time.
Now, what about a weak person who does something?
Your son does not think that you are weak.
That's what's really bothering me right now, you know, because I'm talking to CJ just a little while ago. And he's got this look in his eye of total acceptance. So naturally, that makes me start to think of,
Well, this, doesn't have to do with Tina and the children, does it?
No. No, it really doesn't. It's actually all about Java.
What did happen there, Court? Can you tell me?
Oh, I have to tell you, Angela. I gotta tell somebody the truth about this because I can't take it anymore. I can't keep it inside. When I was there, I did something out of weakness. That was pretty despicable. And I don't even know if I can find the words to tell you about it.
You can, Court. The Lord will help you find the words. I know it. I think that is why I was sent here, to help you. So you can find the words.
Mr. Pruitt, I'm very intrigued by something that you just said. Marty Saybrook was raped. I know that now.
I do know it.
I know that now. It's that little word now. Does that mean that at one time you weren't certain if your friend had been raped?
You're twisting my words.
All right. Well, let's untwist them then. From the moment you first heard Marty's story about the events of that night, you never doubted that she had been raped. The thought never crossed your mind, not for a second, that maybe Marty was stretching the truth about what she claimed had been done to her that night at the spring fling party?
Not really.
I'm sorry, Mr. Pruitt. I don't understand. Not really. Does that mean No, I never had any doubts? Or does that mean, well, I had a few, but I got over them?
Objection, Your Honor. The witness has answered Miss Gannon's question. Now she's simply badgering the witness.
Your Honor, it is very important that I have a definite answer here to this crucial question. Did Mr. Pruitt always believe Marty to be telling the truth when she claimed that she had been raped? Did he ever at any time have any doubts and then later suppress them? And if he did have any doubts, we need to know why.
I'm going to allow the question, Mr. Gannon. Objection overruled. And Mr. Pruitt, let me remind you that the penalties against perjury in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania are very harsh. You may proceed, Miss Gannon.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Pruitt, I'm going to ask you this question one more time. And I need to have a very simple yes or no answer. Is it possible that you thought that Marty was lying when you first heard that she was claiming to have been raped? The witness is nodding yes. I need a voice confirmation, please.
Yes. That's what kind of a lousy friend I was.
Just answer the question, Mr. Pruitt.
Yes, I thought she was lying.